So, good morning, everyone. How was your weekend?
Good morning, ma'am.
Nice,
It was
ma'am. Good
really
morning,
good.
ma'am.
Okay, so it's Monday, so let's start with the new topic. So, I am going to teach you about decimal fractions, how to do its multiplication, how to convert decimal into common fraction or common fraction into decimal fraction. So, let's start. Wait. Okay. So, today we are going to learn decimal fraction. So have you heard about decimal fraction?
Yes, ma'am.
So anyone can tell me what is decimal fraction? Anyone? It's easier. It's like a normal fraction, but in the denominator we have 10, 100, 1000 or many tens multiple. So we can say a decimal fraction is a fraction where the denominator of common fraction is 10 or 100. So you can see the example, that is 21 upon 10, where you can see the denominator is 10. The next is 56 upon 100. The denominator is 100. So you can see here, right? Do you remember how to do addition and subtraction of decimals? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to give us you some, so you can solve that, right? So just copy down that sum in your book and give me the answer. The first sum is 90.50 plus 27.19. So can anyone answer? Just copy down it and solve it in your book and give me the answer. It's easy,
I'm 117.69.
right? Right. That's the correct answer. So the next question is, this is a subtraction sum, which is 63.24 minus 36.40. So what will be the answer?
I'm 26.84.
Right. Very good, Arpita. So you remember. That's good. So now we are going to move to the next new topic, which is conversion of common fraction into decimal fraction. So anyone can tell me a common fraction? What is a common fraction? Or simply say where we use fraction. Just tell me. I can, okay, I will tell. So,
Ma'am, fraction represents a part of a whole.
yes, right. If we
Like
want
if
to,
we are cutting a cake.
yeah, so we want to divide it equally in uh, four people, right? If you and Arpita and Mithu want to eat cake, so we will divide it into three equal parts. Or if Tanuja also wants, so we can divide in a four equal parts. So that is called a fraction, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
now we have to convert common fraction into decimal fraction. Like if there is a number called 1 upon 2 or 726 upon 10, then we have to convert into decimal, that is point. Decimal is what? A certain point, right? So if the denominator of common fraction is 10, 100 or 1000, then what? Then how will we convert it into a decimal? So we can see here there are some rules. So first rule is, if there are more digits in numerator than zeros in denominator, then count digits from the right and add decimal place point as the number of zeros. I know it's confusing when you are reading it, so I will explain it to you with the example. So just take this example. You can see here the example is 723 upon 10. You can see the denominator is smaller than the number in numerator, right? 723 is bigger than 10, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So according to rule, what we are going to do is, we will count the zero. What is the, how many zeros are there? Only one, right?
One.
And
Yes, right. So we will write this number here as it is, which is 723, right? And we will give decimal point to this number from the right side. From the right side, which number comes first in 723?
3.
Yes, right. So we will give a decimal point before 3. As there is only 1 0, so we can see after decimal point there is only a 1 digit. Understood? So the 723 upon 10 gives 72.3. Always remember, when giving decimal point, we have to count the digits from the right side. Okay. So let us take another example, which is 5138 upon 100. Here also the number in numerator is greater than number in denominator. But how many zeros are there in denominator? Count the zeros.
2.
Right? So we are going to count from the right side how many digits?
2.
2 digits. So after counting 2 digits, we will give the decimal point, right? So wait a second. I think my laptop is little bit hanged. Okay. So what your answer will become 51.38. You are giving decimal point from the right side after counting 2 digits. So your answer will be 51.38, right? So there is a next rule. If there are many digits in numerator as zeros in denominator, place decimal point before number in numerator and 0 in integer place. Again, it's little bit confusing by reading it. So let us again take some examples. So here, so you can see number in numerator is less than the number in denominator, right? It is 7 upon 10. So what we can do?
yes,
And it is a single digit, and below it is double digit. So what we are going to do, that we are going to place a decimal point before this number. What is this number? 7, right? So we are going to place the decimal point before this number, and after that we will add zeros in the integers place. So answer will become this. So what is this? We added decimal point before the digit in the numerator, right? And in the integer place, that is this place, before the decimal point, we added 0. As it is only a 1 digit, so we only have to add we only need a one digit after decimal point. So what is the digit? That is 7. So let us take another example, which is 54 upon 100. Here, how many zeros are there?
2 zeros.
Yes. So we are going to do after the and in numerator, how many digits are there?
2 numbers.
Yes, two numbers. So we are going to write the two numbers as it is, that is 54. And after writing the number, before that number, we will going to put a decimal point, right? So the answer become 0.54. We will added a 0 in the integers place and decimal point after two digits. So your answer is 0.54. Understood this conversion?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will move on to the next conversion, which is converting a decimal fraction into common fraction. In the previous slide, we have seen we have converted a common fraction into decimal fraction, right? So now we are going to convert a decimal fraction into common fraction. It's very simple. It's simpler than the previous one. If you understood the previous concept, then it is easy to understood this one. So directly let us take an example. So this is the example 26.4. This is in a decimal form. So can anyone tell how many digits are there after a decimal point?
1.
One digits, right? So according to the previous rule, if there is a one digit, then how many one digit after decimal point, then how many zeros will come in new denominator?
Only
1.
1.
Yes. So your denominator will contain the number without a decimal point, and your numerator will contain the number without a decimal point, and your denominator will contain 10. Why 10? Because we are converting into a common fraction. So we will put 10 or 100 or 1000 depending upon the digits after decimal in the denominator place. So let us take the next example, which is 19.31, right? So here also we will write first the whole number in numerator without a decimal point. So what if the number is 1931 without decimal point, and after, how many digits are there after decimal?
2.
Two digits, right? So we will, so what will came in denominator? 10, 100 or 1000?
100.
Yes, right. So the answer will become 1931 upon 100. So this conversion is much easy than the previous one. So have you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now let's take some examples or sums to solve. Can you solve this sum? Just note it down in your notebook and we will solve it. Okay, the first one is you have to convert it into a decimal fraction. So which is 1250 upon 1000. So can anyone tell me the answer? There are three zeros in the denominator.
1.250.
Very good. So you can see there are three zeros. That's why we have counted from the right side, that is 1, 2, 3, and gave the decimal point after 1. So after decimal point, there are three digits here. Okay, the next sum is 235 upon 10. So there is a 1 0 in the denominator. So what is the answer?
23.5.
Right. So here also there is a 1 0. That's why we counted from the right side and gave decimal point after 5. Okay, understood? So next is convert into common fraction. That is what we have studied in this. So let's take solve this, which is 3.12. Here you can see after point there are 2 digits. So what will be the answer?
312 upon 100.
Right, we have wrote the number 312 without a decimal in the numerator, and after that we have counted the decimals, that is 2. That's why we have given here 100. So have you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move to the next concept,
Yes,
which is multiplication of decimal fraction. You have done multiplication of integers, whole numbers, natural numbers in your previous standard or this standard. Now we are going to do a multiplication of decimal fraction here. So we will take a simple example. This is the number 4.3, which is multiplying by 2.5. Okay, so first there are two rules which are very important to do this multiplication. If you understood this rule, you will solve any decimal fraction multiplication problem. Okay, so let's take a first rule. Multiply normally ignoring decimal points. That is, if you have given the sum like this, that is 4.3 multiplied by 2.5, first you have to remove the decimal points and multiply it like normally. So the number becomes 43 multiplied by 25. So it is easy to multiply, right? 43 multiplied by 25, because it doesn't contain any decimal point, right? We are doing this
Yes,
kind
ma'am.
of multiplication from our standard third, fourth. So it is easy to do this multiplication. So the answer of this multiplication will come 1075, right? So I have calculated it uh, for my convenience. You can calculate it for cross check. You can cross check it. So you will get the answer 1075 by multiplying 43 and 25. So the next rule is, then put decimal point in answer. It will have as many decimal places as two original number combined. So we will take this by solving this number with multiplication. So if we put again, now you have an answer, right? 43 multiplied by 25 is equal to 1075. So what we can do, we will just now we will put the 4.3 multiplied by 2.5 here, and we will write the answer 1075 as it is. So I will tell you how this 10.75 come. Okay, so you can see 4.3. How many decimal places are there? Which is one decimal place, right? 4.3 has
Yes,
one decimal place. 2.5 also has one decimal place, right? So in the answer, we will add this one decimal and one decimal, which is equal to two decimal, and we will put that two decimal in the place of in the answer. That is from we are going to count from the right side. That is, what is our answer? 1075. We are going to count from the right side of it. That is 5 7. There are two digits, right? We have to add two decimal, means we after decimal point there must be a two digits present there. So we will give the point here, and we can see after point there are two digits or two decimals. So what will be the so our answer become 10.75. So again I am saying, we are what we did first, we did multiplication ignoring decimal point. After that, we only calculated the decimal point, which is 4.3 has one decimal point, 2.5 has one decimal point. We added that decimal point, we got two decimal points. So we put decimal in the answer after two digits. So we got 10.75. Okay. So similarly,
Yes, ma'am.
we will solve 5.04 multiplied by 0.7. So we will do this by using first rule. What is the first rule? That is multiply normally ignoring decimal point. So we'll multiply it ignoring decimal point. So the answer is 3528. Okay. So after getting the answer, we are going to again put that decimal point in the question, and we will add the decimals and find the answer. So anyone can tell me, if we add decimal, that is 5.04, how many decimals are there in 5.04?
2 decimals.
2,
And 0.7?
1,
So if we add that decimal, that is 2 plus 1, so we will get 3 decimal. So without answer, so anyone can tell me, if we are getting 3 decimals, then where can we put the decimal point? We will count from back right side, that is 1, 2 and 3. So we will put the decimal point after 3, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So see, there is a 2 decimal, here it is a 1 decimal, and so 2 plus 1 gives 3 decimal, and we counted from the right side, so we get decimal point after 3. Understood?
Yes.
Any doubt till this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So let's solve the sums based on this multiplication problems. So the first sum is 3.1 multiplied by 10. So anyone can tell? You can see here is only a 1 decimal point. There is no decimal point in 10. So ignore while multiplying. We will just ignore this decimal point. So we will only multiply 31 and 10. So can anyone tell what will be the answer?
31.
310.
Yes, by multiplying 31 and 10, we will get 310. And after putting the decimal point in 3.1 and by solving, then what will be the answer? There is only 1 decimal.
31,
Yes, the 0 will get eliminated because after it is coming after the decimal, right? If we are the answer is 310. After putting the decimal point in 3.1, the only decimal we get is 1. So we put decimal point before 0. So our answer is 31.0. If right, if we don't write the 0, that is okay with in this sum. So the next sum is 4.3 multiplied by 5. Again here is only 1 decimal. There is no decimal in 5. So can anyone give me answer?
$21.5.
Right. The next sum is 0.03 into 1.1. So anyone?
0.033.
Sorry, I can't hear you clearly. Tell me again.
0.033.
Right. That's the correct answer. So this is the. Have you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So anyone have doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you used decimal fraction anywhere in your sums or in your daily life? Anyone can give examples? Have you seen this kind of number like 21.5, 30, or 3.1 or 4.3 anywhere?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Rajeshwar, you can share your
Ma'am,
experience or
Thermometer,
where
ma'am.
you can see.
In thermometer, ma'am.
Yes, by checking your temperature. Or when you do online shopping like
ma'am,
in Amazon or
can I say?
Flipkart. Yes,
So, like while calculating our percentage, also we see this format.
yes. Or in your shoppings also when you are when you go shopping when you do online shopping on Amazon, Flipkart, there also if there is a discount there will be the number written like 99.99 or something like 129 point something. So this can be seen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
yes. uh, Now we don't have that currency like 50 paisa, 25 paisa. So while using that you will get we have getting this numbers, right? Like 1.25 rupees or 1.50 rupees, right? Nowadays we don't use that currencies, but uh, when they were in use, um, we have we have seen this kind of calculation coming in there while shopping for your groceries or uh, your medicine. You can you have seen it on your bills, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So there are a lot of examples of decimal fraction. We use it in our daily lives, which is so it is necessary to learn this to understand how to add, multiply, or divide this kind of fractions. So so this is it for today. I am giving you some questions to solve. You can solve it. That is your homework. So just note it down and solve these questions in your home.
Yes, ma'am.
So have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is it. So bye students, solve this and we will meet in next lecture with the division of decimal fractions and more concepts. So bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mithali recording.